tidbits that we ought to be noting. One is when Noriega was taken out of Panama several days before. Panama had declared war against the United States. When President Obama had drone killings against ISIS members or overseas, one, he insisted that the military commit that there would be no ancillary deaths and no deaths of women and children. And he had authorization from Congress going back to the war against ISIS and the Taliban. So those authorizations existed. None of those authorizations exist with respect to Venezuela. And you know that's true because little Marco Rubio, who's never served a day in the military, has said they don't need those authorizations because this was a police grabbing of a suspect and not a military action. Trump says he's not worried about boots on the ground. Of course not, because the 5 times he was called up to serve during Vietnam, his boots were wrapped around feet that had bone spurs on them. Second, we need to ask ourselves, why is it that Paul Singer, who had contributed $5 million to Trump's campaign, not long ago bought significant assets, if not all, of Citgo, the subsidiary of the Venezuelan oil company, and now stands to make a massive profit if the Trump plans go ahead? How is it that one person can be that omniscient that he can figure out he can buy a Venezuelan oil company and then his good friend tries to seize the oil in Venezuela? Then we have to ask ourselves, who was it who placed the bet last week that Maduro would be deposed because somebody made a lot of money in the betting arena based upon that bet? Could it be that Trump was involved in that bet? Gee, what a surprise that would be. And finally, we have to ask ourselves, why is it that the oil companies knew before Congress, and that's either the House or Senate, that the attack on Venezuela would come? How did they know? And why should they know before you, me, and anybody else and our elected representatives? If you don't think that's a lack of security, if you don't think that borders on treason, something's wrong with you.